with synthetic fur that resembles the feathering
He
that
is
might
not
have
old.
graced a baby T-Rex.
No, he's coming up to three. I won't.
Okay, my pattern.
It would not have been the only dinosaur at the time with feathers. Previously, all modeled a Troodon, part of a group of smaller theropods closely related to birds. Instead, its feathers were much broader, like those of flying birds. A small T-Rex had a more primitive type, resembling hair.
We would predict that a Tyrannosaurus rex, when it hatched out of the egg and weighed perhaps 1 kilogram, maybe 2 kilograms, would have been completely covered with a feathery body covering. And that feathery body covering would have helped it maintain heat. Now, as an animal gets bigger, it probably doesn't become maintaining heat anymore, it becomes dumping heat. So at about 300 pounds or so, it probably would have begun to lose its feathers, and they would become much more sparse on its body because it could basically sit there all night and it wouldn't lose heat just by virtue of its mass.
Here's something you may not know. When you brush, you only clean about 30% of your tooth. Why? Because almost 70% is below the gum line. And if the gum seal isn't tight, bacteria can cause damage below. That's why we created new Aquafresh Ultimate. Its molecular complex not only strengthens the tooth above, it kills bacteria, helping to keep the gum seal tight, protecting the tooth below. For whole tooth protection for your whole family. New Aquafresh Ultimate.
Some settle for a little more, others settle for only the best. Some ignore their nature, while others let it drive them. Aim higher with a new Jeep Grand Cherokee, available with select terrain with 5 driving modes and air suspension. The most luxurious and refined Jeep ever is now available with 0% APR representative. Test drive the Grand Cherokee today.
Meet Sky Movies customers Tom and Kirsty. Together for years and still can't agree on the same flavour of popcorn. Their better effect came when they discovered they could get free tickets to see brand new movies before general release, which is exactly what thousands of other Sky Movies customers are doing every week as part of the UK's biggest preview screenings programme. Free cinema tickets every week. It's one of the many things we do for our customers because we believe in better. Book your tickets now at sky.com/rewards.
Perspiration, clothes, even soaps can cause feminine itching and burning. Vagisil medicated cream relieves external feminine itching fast.
Book a table for 2 at home this Valentine's Day. Choose a main course, a side, a bottle of wine and a dessert for only £10. Take these. Any more for less?
Sundays will be the same without saving in the DFS sale, getting 4 years free credit and not paying a penny for next year. But you'd better be quick because the sale ends soon. See everything in the sale at dfs.co.uk. The authentic taste of Italy is here for you. Authentically Italian since 1856.
Yep, that's exactly what Auryn did with it.
Celebrate with Mario and Sonic on Nintendo 3DS. A host of amazing events and new ways to play. For your family, for your country, for the fun. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. The fun of the game starts here.
Do they just release the same game every 4 years?
Pretty much, yeah.
jump, take a dive. There's anything to get inside. Ribena, no added sugar, has the same delicious blackcurrant taste
Hey,
with,
Auryn.
you guessed it, no added sugar.
Beauty lies in understanding. Science Zone continues with Richard Hammond's Invisible Worlds tonight at 10 on Eden.
Little Clint might have been on the verge of losing its feathers, and only remnants of its youthful plumage would have remained by the time it reached the size of another T-Rex discovered in the Montana Badlands.
Well, that didn't work.
This specimen, known as Jane, is almost a teenager. She's on display in the Burpee Museum in Rockford, Illinois. In her bones, one can see what a juvenile T-Rex would have grown up to be if it managed to survive the perils of childhood. Compare Hall Train's nearly 6-foot-long baby to 11-year-old Jane at 21 feet long and 1,500 pounds. A team spent almost 2 years excavating and assembling the bones.
It really is amazing. It's almost breathtaking because there's all this information that is locked up in every one of her bones that's telling us her story. Her life history is right here. How big was she when she came out as a hatchling? Where was she born? Did she live in a pen? Was she completely on her own and left her own devices? Did she die of starvation? My question is, what would this have grown into?
Jane still had the slender frame and long lower legs of a juvenile. From its time as a toddler,